All right, so I built these guys. I didn't really film how I built them. Um, I will go through and kind of explain it a little bit. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. But I wanted to show you guys how I do the painting. This simple cardboard box building, and it's really simple. Use the bricks to make a road and sidewalk using air dry clay. Use an old or a mini that I wasn't using as a statue. Thought it came out pretty cool. This is just to fill in the last piece and give me another solid building. Uh, yeah, so I'm gonna paint these guys, and I got a couple other ones that I'm gonna paint, and we're gonna see. I'm gonna show you guys how I do the paint. Since I don't feel like you need to see how I built it again. If you do, I do have other videos that show me building the cardboard box houses. So yeah, right on. Well, let's paint some stuff.
I primed everything with a zenithal because this technique that I'd like to highlight in this video really benefits from a zenithal highlight. I use all kinds of acrylic paint, whatever I can get my hands on, but I make sure to experiment with the paint prior to actually putting it on a piece of terrain, just so I know how it works, because this technique doesn't work with all paints, or I've had difficulty with some kind of paints. This brand that I'm using, it's like basic acrylics, it seems to work really well for this technique. So mixing your paints for this technique is very important. The first point is the consistency. You have to have the right consistency, and that's why I say some paints don't work the best for it. You have to find what paint works good for it. The other is color. You can see that I did a bright color, a mid color, and a dark color, and that's because when you do this technique you'll be washing away a bit of the pigment, but I found that the brighter colors have a tendency to stain the white more, and you end up washing a bit of the darker color away. So as you can see here, I've put that yellow all over this side of this wall, and then I'm going back through with a little bit of water on that brush and washing the paint that's already there down, so it reveals the zenithal highlight below it, but the pigment from the brighter yellow seems to stain that more, and then where all the pigment coagulates at the bottom, it darkens up from the rest of the paint. Then I go through, I collect the extra drippings, and I'm putting it on the other side just to keep the paint moving. And that's basically how I do it. That you can see right there how it's dripped down on that bottom chunk of the wall and made a very very appealing ruined building look. Very quick, very easy, very time efficient. I then use the same technique with a variety of colors to bring it down into the grim dark palette of Mordheim. The best way to do that is by oil washing, and if you haven't jumped on the oil washing train, I would suggest to give it a try. It seems frightening at first, but once you've messed with it for a little bit, it has beautiful results, and I would suggest it to anybody not to be afraid of a medium. Paint your minis with watercolor. It doesn't matter. If you like the result of it, use that medium. I then dry brushed it. I went pretty heavy with the dry brushing because I had a lot of square footage to dry brush, so I just kind of went ham with it. I'm not really concerned about detailing this so much as just giving it a good pop. So after dry brushing, I moved into flocking. I have a jar that just basically has a mix of all different kinds of flocking and static grass that I usually start with, and then I'll go back in with individual types of static grass and or flock and add little pieces here and there. I try to line up each piece with its neighboring pieces when I flocked them so that I could match the color and variance of the flocking. and Statigraphs. I do have to say, quick shout out to everyone I met at Nemo 24. This video is a bit late, but such is life sometimes. I met a lot of cool people at Nemo, a lot of really cool terrain, a lot of wonderful artists, great miniatures. Had a great time. I would suggest that if you do get a chance to hit up next year's Nemo. There's a quick finished shot here of the building that I was working on in the beginning of the video. You can see the oil wash weathering technique and how that adds to that acrylic weathering technique. But yeah, thanks everybody.
So this is the finished piece. I actually got the whole board painted up, as you can see. Just want to say thank you for watching, checking out my channel. You can check out the rest of the Mordheim table. Hopefully I'll get a chance to set it up in a studio and take pictures, because right now I don't really have the space. Be cool to do some like high quality pictures, but other than that, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, or all that bullshit if you'd like to. Share the video if you think it will help somebody. Other than that, I will catch you guys next time.